What's up, world? It's Tyson from the 224 Podcast. Hey, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. You can also go and listen to us wherever you get your podcasting needs from, including Apple Music and Spotify. So go ahead and like, click, subscribe, and get those views up for the latest and greatest in news and information from Jay and myself. So once again, that's at the 224 Podcast. Think free, live free, and welcome to the podcasting revolution. Yo, what's up, world?
What's up?
What's going on?
Listen, man, I don't know how the fuck we made it, but
It's
whoever
it.
made it here.
We're done. We are in the last day, the last moment.
Yeah, we done with 2020.
The last hour of 2020.
2020 gonna be like Thanos.
Sweet buttery
The
Jesus.
snap, it's already happened. The snap already happened.
It has.
And there's ramifications to
We've
the
survived.
shit that we've
survived.
survived.
We've been in the mirror
2020.
realm for forever.
No,
We're done.
It's still shit that's lingering. So it's gonna be some lingering effects for the next couple of years, maybe for the rest of our fucking lives.
That's the part. Yeah, true.
But anyway, I'm Jay.
I'm Tyson.
This is the 224 Podcast.
Let's get it started.
224 shit.
224.
And we are
224.
at the end of 2020.
2020.
And
It's been a hell of a year.
if a nigga said he saw this shit coming, either that nigga's the oracle or he is the devil.
That's it.
Because the devil was a liar.
That's it. 2020 has been a rough one.
No one other than the oracle could have seen this shit
rough
coming.
one with two F's.
Rough.
R-U-F-F.
I mean, this shit is...
It has been a rough
was,
year. Yes.
This was a very, very...
Just with the ups and downs,
year.
man. Just the ups and downs, the uncertainty. It's been a lot.
Yeah, we thought we would, this episode is a little different. We thought we would just like kind of recap on what the fuck 2020 was and
As
some
a
of the
whole.
some of the biggest things that we had. I'm here sipping some champagne and shit, you know what I mean?
Celebratory. I've had my glasses or two.
No, I'm just trying to get lit.
He ready to sleep the damn year away. I didn't want to see 2021. I just want to be sleep in bed by the time that roll
I
in
want to
here.
see 2021. I'm getting
That
lit
roll
because
in
it's
here.
like we got to pour something out for niggas. Like
Yeah. Well,
before we get into anything, man,
it's been that. Yeah, it's been that type of year.
Before we get into everything that we want to talk about, man, rest in peace to MF Doom. How in the fuck did...
COVID's a sneaky bastard.
It wasn't even COVID.
Are we sure?
I don't think it was COVID.
It said his wife said didn't you say his wife said he experienced COVID symptoms? So was it COVID or was it not COVID?
No, she just said he passed away, man.
At 49?
Yeah. I mean, this is a legend in hip-hop, bro.
Do British blacks age like American blacks?
What the fuck does that mean?
Because remember Patrice O'Neal said I'm 42. In black years, I'm 100.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if MF Doom, that's so young. 49 is so young. I wonder if...
49 is young, man. It's it could be a bunch of things, man. But
Yeah, I mean, did he have health issues?
She didn't disclose his death until this one. He actually passed away October 31st, so he passed away 2 months ago. But his wife didn't disclose the death until now, and it doesn't say. I'm kind of skimming through Rolling Stones right now.
Yeah. That's one hell of an exclusive drop. She wait till the end of the year, the very last day, and be like, oh, by the way, my husband died.
I don't see any like cause of death. Man, that was one of my favorite motherfuckers. Man, come on, man. That's like and this is like he was one of those motherfuckers who was like mid 90s, like early to mid 90s, like New York style rap, like that up north East Coast rap, like hip hop. You know what I mean? That's what the fuck he was, and just the production and the lyricism, man. It was just I saw that shit. I was like, let's hurry get this shit over with, man. And we literally just saw that like fucking 20 minutes ago. Let's get let's just get 2020 the fuck over with, man.
Yeah, we're ready to move out.
2020, bro. So
we're ready to move out.
MF Doom, man. My condolences, our condolences from the 224 podcast to his family. And, our condolences to hip hop, man. We lost a fucking legend. Yeah. That's just really what it is.
But we lost a lot of people in 2020.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of folks.
And, we're going to go down and we're going to hit the biggest things, man. We're going to talk about what
captured 2020.
What captured 2020. Some other things that we want to speak on. One positive thing, one negative thing. I mean, there's a lot of negative shit. I don't even know I don't even know if I could find a positive thing about 2020, but I'm gonna try shit.
Oh, there's plenty. I mean, there's plenty. We can talk of in the comparison, but there's plenty of positive things. The number one positive things is we not dead. You gotta drink to that.
That depends on who the fuck you talking to.
Well, I'm talking about between us. It's only me and you in this room.
I'm trying to see what else is out there. I'm trying to see the next. So death is just another step.
Yeah, it may be the beginning, but right now you still exist on this physical plane, and you ain't did it by no virus or no foolishness or no nigga in the streets.
Well, like I said, that shit is subjective to whoever the fuck you talking to. But I understand what you're saying, though. We get another chance, another stab at this fucked up life on this fucked up ass rock.
Is this alcohol bringing you down? What is going on?
It's not bringing me down. It's not bringing me down. This is just me. This is recapping the year.
Okay.
If it sounds like melancholy, if it sounds like depression, if it sounds like fucking cynicism, if it sounds like just straight up negativity, then let's go through it. Let's go through it right now. Let's start with the biggest thing on the face of the fucking earth in 2020. COVID-19. Coronavirus.
Yep.
Motherfucking Rona. Like that. Bro, do you realize we're close to 350,000 deaths?
Yeah.
In like a span of 9 months?
Yeah. It's astronomical.
Just to be in
the U.S. alone.
And that's in America.
Yeah.
That's just here.
Yeah.
That's just us.
Let's look at the projected numbers for
that's just
worldwide.
us.
Let's look at the projected number for worldwide.
But the projected numbers or the actual numbers? Are you looking for projections, like where it's going, or are you looking for actual numbers right now?
I'm looking for actual numbers.
Well, then don't say projected, say actual, nigga. Like don't say projected. And I think it's somewhere around like, I don't know if it's 14 million. That'd be a lot, bro. If it's like 14 million, I'm gonna start crying. How many people, bro? How many people total worldwide, bro?
1.82 million deaths.
That's a lot of people, bro. That's a lot of people. That's like, imagine if the whole city of Jacksonville died twice. That's exactly what the fuck that is. If everybody in Jacksonville died twice.
Yeah.
That's...
And America, again, has the highest amount of deaths. But we don't want to talk about the deaths of the coronavirus. We don't talk about how it was initially.
No, we're going to talk about everything. So the deaths are really like, obviously, the glaring thing, right? Because we talking about people who died, and a lot of them, the majority of them, probably could have been saved had there been a better, especially here, had there been a better response for it.
Yeah, we fumbled that. They fumbled. They fucked that all the way.
You know what I mean?
They screwed the pooch all the way on that.
It was somebody who wrote a book about Trump. Look this up real quick. It's somebody who wrote a book about Trump. No, on the tablet, my nigga. Quit using your fucking phone. It's somebody who is like a tell-all book about Trump.
That was his sister.
No. Just look it up. I forget the dude's name. But he wrote a book, right? And in there he was asking Trump questions and shit, you know what I mean? And the nigga about let me see, hold on, I'm trying the fuck this nigga name was. That's not that one. That's the old girl. That's his
sister.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
that was that sister.
But I think that was one of the most unless it's something different.
It was somebody else. It was God damn it. Now I can't now I can't remember the fucking dude's name. But anyway, it was a dude who didn't write a whole book about Trump, but it was like It's all good. But it was there you go, Bob Woodard. That's who it was. So Bob Woodard had, he wrote a book, right? And he was saying in there, he had a portion of his book, and he was like, Trump was talking about the the response in its early stages to COVID-19. And Trump was like, yo, this shit is fucking insane, bro. Like, it's some real shit. And then was getting on camera, going to the, getting on a podium and shit, doing press conferences where he was like, this is fake news. This is shit that's stirred up by the media, shit that's stirred up by China. We're good. Nothing's going to happen. But in that Bob Woodard book, that nigga was like, man, we are fucked. Like, this is fucked up for real. Like, we don't know what's going on. Like, we don't know what the fuck is about to happen. But I do know this shit is insane. So, right now I'm looking at this article from the New Yorker, and it says Bob Woodard finally got Trump to tell the truth about COVID-19, and this is what I'm talking about. See, I know my memory kind of a little fucked up right now because I'm like 3 glasses in, so y'all got excuse your boy, but that nigga was he was really going in on what COVID-19 was, and again at this time Trump was like on camera saying, nah, that's fake news. The Democrats trying to stir some shit up. That's that mainstream media fake news shit that's going on. But he was telling this nigga Bob Woodard, like, I don't always play things down, but I gotta play this thing down because I don't want to incite a motherfucking panic. You know what I mean? And because he knew then this shit was fucked up. So a lot of these people's deaths could have been avoided. You know what I mean? Death was going to come anyway because we didn't know what the fuck it was. It was already here. So it was going to happen.
It doesn't have to be so many.
Right. But 300, close to 350,000, that's a lot. And here's the fucked up thing too. It's worse now. Think about this shit for a second. It's worse now.
Even with the air quote vaccine out there.
We've been setting it's been record setting days in reference to deaths this month. Like okay, December 9th, that was a record. December 10th broke the record. December 11th broke that record. Like, it's been record set day after day.
Yeah, it's pushing it. It's pushing it now for the death.
And so it's like, fuck, bro, like, it's worse now. 9 months in. How is it worse now? That's the shit they don't say on mainstream media. They downplay is that it's actually worse right now with all the motherfucking protections, with states shutting down, with people going outside. It's looking like a fucking outbreak movie every day. You go outside, you go to Walmart, and everybody got masks on. Well, not in Jacksonville. It be niggas free balling in Jacksonville. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
But
they said it has to get worse before it gets better. So are we on that? Are we now in the midst of it? And it's not going to go away, as you said before. It's going to be with us for the rest of our lives.
They're saying, people,
it's not going away.
People in the scientific community are saying it's going to be endemic. And if you don't know what endemic is, not to make y'all feel stupid, but I'll tell you, you know what I'm saying? Some niggas don't know what the fuck the word endemic means. That means it's with us. It's going to be like the flu. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's just, it's with us.
We'll just get better at combating it.
Yep.
But it's here to stay.
And that's it. It's over.
Yeah. So basically,
COVID-19 is with us.
COVID-19 has changed humanity.
But the touch on the point that you made is, you know, they say it's worse before it gets better. Well, remember that new strand I was telling you about? That's from the UK.
Yeah, the more contagious one.
Happened and that now showed up in Canada.
Yeah,
it's
and
here
Colorado,
now. It's
and
here
LA.
Now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's here now.
It's in America now.
It's here now, and they don't know if the vaccine that we have now for the current strand of COVID-19 works for that. And that strand is more contagious, and we don't know if it's more deadly yet. But what we do know for sure, it's more contagious than the shit that we already got. Fact. That shit came, and that shit was in the UK 2 weeks ago. When they was like, oh shit, we found a new strand that's way more contagious than the one we already fighting. 2 weeks, and it's here already. 2 weeks.
It's spreading.
And that shit came 8,000 miles across the globe.
Yep.
In 2 weeks. 2. So, for motherfuckers who think when the clock strike 12 in 26 minutes and 2020 is over and 2021 comes in,
that everything that happened in 2020 is just going to be gone.
COVID's still going to be here, and it's still going to be kicking our ass, and thousands of U.S. citizens will die tomorrow because of COVID-19, complications from COVID-19. That's going to happen. That's a fact. So to think that, since 2020 just ending, then all the other shit ends with it, no, it doesn't.
That's a negative.
COVID-19 is here to stay. It's been a fucking disaster. COVID-19 has is the equivalent of Debo, and that's fucked up too because Tiny Lister died this year too. But the
report just said he died from COVID complications. They said
he didn't.
No, listen, I just read that.
Oh, you gotta pull that up because I thought he passed away just from.
They said he had symptoms of COVID. Nope, they said he had symptoms of COVID.
So yeah, I mean, COVID-19 has been Debo to our economic system, to our motherfucking healthcare system. Yep. So to our just to our entire way of life, but like COVID that's a motherfucker. And for people to downplay that, you know what I mean? The fucking the governor-elect from Louisiana, Luke Letlow, he passed away from the shit. And he was one of the motherfuckers who was downplaying it. And it's like, we not about to sit here and trash that man when he gone. But it's like, bro, take it. Just everybody who here now, take it seriously. You know what I mean? Take this shit serious. It's not a game. And again, there's another strand out here now that's more contagious than the one we're already dealing with.
Second wave is coming.
You have to take this shit absolutely seriously. You cannot sit around and bullshit with this thing, man, because you may not die from it. Your wife may not die from it. None of your kids may not die from it. But a niece, a nephew, somebody with some pre-existing conditions that you give a fuck about, COVID-19 this year was a bastard.
A bastard. That's real. And a half.
A bastard. A rat bastard. That's what COVID-19 is, a rat bastard.
It's a rat bastard.
A funky, dog-headed bitch. That's exactly what COVID-19 is. A funky, dog-headed bitch.
That's it.
But it's with us now. So it ain't nothing we could do about it. But COVID was certainly the biggest thing from 2020. Do you agree?
I agree.
I mean, without a doubt, it changed the world.
It changed the world. Yeah.
Without a doubt, it changed the world.
I agree. It changed the world.
So COVID, fuck COVID, but I can't say that too loudly because then COVID might be knocking on my door. Oh, what's all that shit you was talking about? I know.
What you got about 40, homie?
Yeah, I don't want to do that. So, all right. So, and speaking of talking on my, what you got on your 40, let's go right into the next thing.
Yeah.
What is the worst celebrity death for you this year? Which one was like?
I tell you what I've been noticing in my older years as I get older and older is that, a lot of the idols that we do grow up with, death is natural, but as a kid, you never expect them to die.
Right.
And here it is, we're in our 30s, and then we're like, damn, he's dead. Damn, she died. Yeah. Damn, because as a kid, you remember watching them, right. By far, hands down, the worst celebrity death for me has to be Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, I'm not even a big celebrity person. I could care less, to be honest with you, about most celebrities.
Yeah.
Because I just hate the celebrity worship culture that we live in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can walk down the street and be like,
Yeah, people get starstruck
and just not
they
care,
get
bro.
redonkulous, and I've seen that happen several times.
I just couldn't care less.
Yeah,
because I kind of it's this weird thing that I do. I kind of look at everybody in the same light. Like I try not to judge motherfuckers based off of what they've done outside of their interaction with me.
Yeah,
it's like I base motherfuckers off of how you act around me. If you act fucked up around me, then I think you're a fucked up person. If you act straight around me, then you're a straight person with
correct.
me. I don't know none of these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? But
not personally. At least. Right. You know of them. You don't know them.
With Kobe, bro, it's like, first of all, he from Philly. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? His family from Philly, so there's already a connection there because we from Philly. Mm-hmm. And then just to see him grow up in the league, go through all the years of breaking hearts. Broke our heart once in the 2001 NBA Finals. It just this, and see him go through that shit in Colorado. To see him persevere through that. To have 4 beautiful girls. That's another parallel because I got 4 beautiful girls. And that when I saw that shit come up, and this was just January, I was like, "This is some." We
fake. Thought it was fake,
and I was mad because I was like, "Yo, why the fuck is ESPN doing shit like that?"
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
What the fuck is wrong with them?
And it was like the reports came over initially was like sources have yet to officially confirm.
I'm
that,
like, why in the
I'm
fuck?
Like, why are you pushing that?
Why would ESPN? You know, it'd be fake celebrity death news all the time. I'm like, ESPN is pushing shit. I was like, this is. I'm telling you, I was going to delete the app. I was going to be like, yo, get this shit off my phone, doing some nut shit like this. And then the ABC reports start coming out. And then CBS started reporting it. And then I was like, and then you could just feel your heart drop like, oh shit.
It's real.
This is when it really broke my heart. When they said that man's daughter was on a helicopter, I was like, this is.
And there were so many. At first, there were so many conflicting reports. They were saying that it was all his daughters were on the plane.
His daughters were on the copter. They said all his daughters on the plane.
I was like, no,
as a parent, bro,
no.
I almost fell out. Like it was almost like, just take me now. Like,
I was like, because not him and all his daughters.
Because
poor Vanessa. Vanessa would have that would have been another death. She'd
have been catatonic.
That's another death.
She'd have been catatonic.
Yeah, that's another death that 2020 would have claimed because she would have.
I don't think she would have committed suicide. You got to on that. But she would have been catatonic. I'm almost positive she wouldn't have been able to. How do you go on? You know what I mean, with some shit like that. And then the littlest one is like a baby.
Yeah,
like
hand baby.
Yeah. So if all of them was like, but when they said that, then you find out it was more people on the plane. You know what I mean?
And their families are affected.
And there was more children on the plane. So it was like that whole thing was fucked up, man. But to see Kobe like go out like that, man, and it was like you lost a superhero. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People don't understand, man, like how much that man really meant to us. Like without people actually having to see him or personally knowing him, it's just like sports is like the great unifier. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You could come from any background, anywhere, any time. It's just if you are rooting for a specific team, no matter what background you're from, no matter what class you are in, that you becoming equal that day or for that team at that specific time. Yeah. You know what I mean? You becoming equal. So sports is a great unifier, man. And when you have a legend in sports, it's like they're a pillar in the community. You know what I mean? Regardless if they want to be or not. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's why I got so much respect for LeBron. Sometimes I don't agree with the shit he does. Like with that whole shit with China when they were, he was being a hypocrite on that one.
Well, protecting the bag, he was doing
because he was protecting the bag and shit like that. So, but you can criticize him on being hypocritical with that thing, but then you gotta look at the nigga built a whole school. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When was the last time you heard a basketball player or any fucking major sport athlete in America. You know what I'm saying? Build a fucking school. And then say, hey, y'all can come here for free.
Yep.
And not only can you come here for free, while you going here, your family can live on the campus for free. Like, so when you become a unifier like that, man, that shit, you know, that's a different thing. And Kobe was like an artsy motherfucker, which is that's why, again, another reason why the parallel hurts so much, because I'm an artist, you know what I'm saying? And so when you see a motherfucker dive into the arts like that and be successful to the point where he wins an Oscar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He transcended basketball. Like, he wasn't just a basketball player.
You weren't just losing a basketball player. You're losing like the community. Let's do a metaphor. The community is a house. You just lost a support beam. That's it. You lost some of the foundation of the house.
Yeah. It was a hard one.
It's not the same. The house don't feel the same. The house don't sit right on the foundation anymore because a piece of the foundation is gone now. And that's exactly how that shit felt when we lost Kobe. And that's not to say that other people on the plane didn't, you know what I mean? Like their lives are equal to Kobe's. You know what I'm saying? Not to say,
but Kobe's life had more of an impact on our lives.
Yeah.
Their lives mattered.
To our culture.
There you go, yeah. Their lives didn't matter.
His life was more impactful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
On a human-to-human basis, their lives are just as equal,
correct,
just as meaningful as Kobe's as far as human being, like their human life, like just being a human being.
Tragic. It all was tragic.
But as far as his life and their lives have an impact, you know, we'd be lying to say, cause I don't even know the names of most of the people that was on that plane, on that helicopter.
Yeah.
But Kobe, that motherfucker meant a lot to us, man. And that was the hard one. That was the hard celebrity death.
That, I would have to say so.
So yeah, I mean, and you know, one. People might say Chadwick Boseman. People might say Janet Dubois. You know what I'm saying?
You know which one took me by surprise? It didn't affect.
People might say Little Richard. You know what I mean?
You know what took me by surprise? Betty Wright. And that happened, so it got no airplay, and it happened so swiftly. I was like, "Damn, Betty Wright." Didn't see that one coming.
Just learning MF Doom, I was like, "Damn!" Like I was shocked. Like I literally like just yelled out, "Fuck!" Like MF Doom.
Yeah.
You got, you know what I'm saying? Tiny Lister, Debo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The first black president in the history of movies.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The first black intergalactic president.
Space age pimping.
You know what I'm saying?
That was some space age pimping right there.
So it was a lot of people.
Yeah.
That left this year.
And R.I.P. to every one of them.
And
you know,
rest in peace to all of them, man. And again, I'm not a big celebrity person, but Kobe was the one.
That was it for me too.
Kobe was the one.
I agree. That was it for me too.
And that was January. just to show you how 2020 is not stopping.
It's shaped up to be a shit show.
That's why I said 2020 is Thanos.
Yeah, it's
2020 is the living embodiment of Thanos.
Yeah,
it snapped, and the fucking ramifications of the snap is going to last years.
It rippled, ladies and gentlemen. It rippled.
It's going to always affect you.
It was downright insane.
So yeah, that's our celebrity death, man. Our worst celebrity death. So transitioning from celebrity death to just overall death in politics, let's talk about this bullshit ass 2020 election that kind of is still going on right now, because Trump's still going at it with the I got cheated and there's some voter fraud shit. And listen, what do you think? Give me an overall synopsis of the 2020 election.
Like any other election, I still think the American people are sheep. I still think they're pushed too far, and it's just, we're giving you two choices. Would you like this shit sandwich with flies, or would you like this shit sandwich with mayonnaise?
Right.
It doesn't matter. One does seem less than the other, but they're both still shit sandwiches. So, and that's just my overall take on politics altogether. I think all the motherfuckers need to go. But in the 2020 election, 4 years of Trump wasn't the walk in the park. 4 years of Biden is damn sure ain't gonna be a walk in the park. So again, it was the lesser of two evils. I personally didn't vote for either one of those gentlemen, and I didn't vote for the president in this election at all. I voted for my local and state government. I definitely did that.
Right.
But I didn't vote for the presidential election at all because I can't support two men who institutionalized, I'm going to backtrack on that last statement. I was going to say one man institutionalized racism against my people. The other guy's just an asshole. But I couldn't in good conscience vote for either one of them. So I just left it to completely. I'm kind of sad that America believes that Biden's going to be the savior of the nation. And a lot of people believe that. A lot of people,
yes, a lot of people believe that. But I got to interject right quick. Listen, you be surprised on how many people are like, fuck Biden, fuck Trump, fuck this system. It's getting time. We are getting tired.
That's where we should have been there.
Should have been there
years ago,
decades ago.
Yeah, we should have been there years ago. You know what I mean?
We should have been there decades.
We should have been there years ago. So for that reason, I think the 2020 election was a hot piece of garbage. And the fact that even to this day, we're getting ready to be 19, and in a couple of minutes, we're getting ready to be 19 days from the inauguration of a new president, and the old one's still bitching and complaining about losing the election. The new one doesn't even know his last name sometimes, and you know what I'm saying. So it is what it is at this point. At this point, I'm saying if it and when it gets worse, what other options do we have other than us finally standing up and voicing our opinion as a people?
Yeah. So when I think about the 2020 presidential election, the general election, whatever you want to call it, I just cannot stop envisioning two girls, one cup.
Oh God! Oh, that's a horrible reference.
I cannot stop. Because that's what it is.
That's a horrible reference.
It's just
that's a horrible reference.
It's just these two motherfuckers just eating shit, spitting on each other, shitting on each other, puking on.
God. Oh my God! That's a horrible video.
There's nothing. There's no satisfaction from it. There's no
optimism.
There's nothing. It's just there's no gratification. Nothing. Yeah. It's just what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Why did it happen?
Why did it happen?
I mean, come on, man. You had one candidate, come out and say, that he has been doing the best job out of any world leader on the planet when it comes to COVID-19. And bro, we like, you do know we see you, right? And we see the numbers. And bitch, didn't you almost die? Like, didn't you almost die? And then we got another motherfucker.
That nigga is, well, you can say he is committed to death. If he tell a lie, he is going to ride that shit to hell.
The doctors at Walter Reed was like, even they came out, it was like
touch and go.
No, they didn't even say that. They was like, hey, it's just it wasn't a good day today. And think about it. Those motherfuckers were prepped to give the best, like the rosiest outcome they possibly can give. Mm-hmm. Like, make the situation the most exaggerated, rosy, hey, everything's fine as possible. And that was the best they can do. It hasn't been a good day, which means that motherfucker was in that bitch hurt. He was dying.
Well,
how they got him through that shit is,
it was
both a miracle and a tragedy.
Elf blood and unicorn tears. That's how they got him through. That's how they got him through.
But the same motherfucker who was like, just inject some bleach.
Or spray some Lysol in your mouth.
Spray some Lysol in your mouth.
God damn, you said that.
I mean,
people were doing it, by the way.
Yeah, people were
getting poisoned behind that.
And
that's the president, by the way.
And that person,
yeah,
and that person still got 75 million people to vote for him.
Yep.
And then the other motherfucker, at one point, went on a radio show that is hosted by 3 African American people,
or brown people of color.
People of color.
There you go. Because I think Yee is not.
She is. She's black and Asian.
Yeah, she's black and Asian.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, because she said she had Puerto Rican the other day. I was listening to the Breakfast Club the other day. She said but go ahead, continue.
She ain't Puerto Rican and Asian. She's black and Asian. But I mean, whatever. I know she's African American and Asian. That's some of that shit. I'm gonna call her a mutt.
I'm not gonna say that.
You know what I'm saying? God,
not gonna say that. Not gonna say that at all.
She black and Asian.
All
right. And I got time to chop that shit up.
Okay, whatever. Continue.
But Joe Biden went on a fucking radio show talking to one of the 3 African American hosts, and during their heated conversation, at one point he looked at that man and said, "Listen to me, and I want to tell everybody this: if you can't tell the difference between me and Trump, then guess what? You ain't black."
Wow.
One of the candidates basically said
to a room full of black people.
No, not to a room full of black people, because it was just it was a Skype, a Zoom, so it was just him and Charlamagne. But to the culture, because I mean, that's the biggest radio show maybe in America right now. Not just in Black America, in America.
Yeah.
Outside of Howard Stern, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But he's been, but you're right.
But he said that shit he said basically saying, if you black and you don't vote for me, then everything that you went through in your life, your experiences living in this country as an African American person, don't matter. Null and void, because you did not vote for me. So you are no longer black. Your black card is revoked.
When did a 78 white man become the messiah of the black people?
When a 78-year-old white man could tell you some shit like that, doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that sound like some shit back in the past that, we tend to try to keep away from? We don't want to get back to those type of days. Like, doesn't that sound like that? Doesn't that give you a little bit of you know what I'm saying, that little whiff of that? It gives you a little whiff of segregation. It gives you a little whiff of Jim Crow.
He was alive. Whoa, that's right, because he grew up doing it.
Yeah, it gives you a little whiff. Yeah,
that's right.
It just gives you a little whiff.
I forgot.
I'm not saying you fully was in it. I'm just saying, like, you know how a motherfucker pass you just kind of get a whiff of how the nigga smell. It just smelled a little segregation-y.
Yes, it may.
Smelled a little Jim Crow-y. That's all.
Vote for him.
That's all.
If you didn't vote for him, you weren't black enough.
Then the motherfucker went to a rally, trying to get the Hispanic vote.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of like talking to them about, starting off and just being like, hey, we're gonna get straight to the point and be like, listen, I know what y'all want. We're gonna come here and let's talk about the real issues with the Latin community in America, and with immigration and the border and trying to get jobs and where y'all fit in the economy, and trying to make sure y'all families are safe and you can build a family, and the Latin neighborhoods can be safe and a great place for the kids to grow up in America, education for Latin communities, all that shit. Could have just boom, 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 down the line. That nigga came out, took his cell phone out, started playing Despacito. At that point, I was like, he was just pandering. That's not even pandering. That's just racist as fuck.
Despacito.
No, because that's childish too. That's not racist. No, that's not racist. But is that
the only? First of all, is that the only Latin song you probably do?
That's definitely prejudice as fuck.
That is.
It's definitely that's definitely it's not something that you should be doing in a room full of fucking Latin people, bro. It's really
but real Latin people hated that song too,
right? it's yeah, that was some fuckboy shit. To be real with you, and he just came out and was just like, no, let me play Despacito on the phone real quick. And he's like, yeah, you see, guys, I'm cool with it, right?
I'm hip. I'm in on it.
Shut your stupid ass up.
And again, those were the 2 men we had to vote for in 2020. Well, you guys had to vote for.
And we're not even talking about everything. We're not talking about the fact that Biden, a lady came out saying that Biden sexually assaulted her. and every mainstream every mainstream outlet shut that shit down, especially MSNBC and CNN. You know, they had to shut that shit down because they was already pushing for Biden.
That's right.
The fact that he picked Kamala Harris, a fucking cop or a former cop, to be his running mate, when the climate between the communities of color and law enforcement in this country couldn't be more tense.
Yeah, couldn't be more strange.
In fact, we just saw something where a Milwaukee man was shot by cops. Another man was shot by cops in Milwaukee. Now, I didn't see if he was unarmed or not, but I'm almost positive he was. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of shit that we had to look at. And again, we could sit here and talk about Trump all day. You know what I'm saying? Trump is a motherfucking racist for sure. And I know people be like, you can't prove that. He's been doing things. He's been pardoning black people. Remember that one lady? He pardoned. She was a black woman. He pardoned her. Listen, okay. Trump spent money on advertisements in the late 80s to get the Central Park Five to basically say, we gotta get these motherfuckers locked up.
That's right.
Because these are the motherfuckers who raped that young woman in Central Park. This is who we got. He took out advertisements. He paid for airspace.
Yep.
To fucking pin that shit on them. They were innocent. Why not only did he not apologize about doing that?
Yep.
Because that'd be the easiest thing to do, right? To be like, then I fucked up.
Yep.
That's my fault.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, Happy New Year, motherfuckers.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Fuck that.
I forgot.
So Trump, no, we ain't counting down nothing. Fuck that shit. Fuck 2020. That shit don't get nothing.
That's it. It's officially January 1st.
2021.
We have made it into 2021.
Don't matter. COVID still came with us.
Holy shit.
All that shit came with us. Nothing changed.
Holy shit.
So he didn't apologize to these people, their families, nothing. He didn't say, you know what, the money that I spent on the advertisements, I'm going to give it back to either the families, I'm going to give it to charity. None of that shit. That nigga just was like, fuck it. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't doing nothing because I'm right.
That's right.
And if you thought she was right about some shit like that, let's because a lot of motherfuckers will say, he just an asshole. He don't like to lose. It's like, bro, you sent motherfuckers, like, not you sent them, because obviously he didn't send them. The fucking state of New York sent them.
State of New York.
But he definitely helped.
Yeah.
How much help he had, I don't know. You want to give him 10%, 11%, 12%?
It don't matter. He actively participated in the
you took out advertisements
the wrongful arrest of those five men.
As far as him being racist or prejudiced, you can't tell me shit about that. I'm sorry, you just can't.
Because the proof is in the pudding. You took action.
Can't do it.
Saying it behind closed doors or in whispers and it being a rumor is one thing, but
I don't give a fuck.
When you take action, it's proof.
I don't give a fuck how many times he sat down with Kanye or...
Kanye, by the way, does not represent the entire black community. Let's
but listen
shut that shit up right now.
But he's still black. And that'd be another problem. You know what? We're going to get on the rabbit hole on that one. That's another episode. I just don't like when... Like, Omarosa is black, Candace Owens is black, Kanye is black. Like, these motherfuckers still black. Ben Carson is black. Like, just because they fuck with Trump don't mean that they not black. We got to deal with them internally.
Yeah.
We can't allow other motherfuckers to be like, they not black. That's the problem I have. That it's black people who be okaying other motherfuckers saying they not black and just nullifying their experience in the country. Oh man, what you man? Kanye can't come to the barbecue no more, or he can't, or Candace can't come to the barbecue no more, or nothing like that. And there be white people saying shit like that. They be like, nigga, you can't come to the motherfucking barbecue. How the fuck you gonna tell them not to come to the barbecue? I tell Kanye he can't come to the barbecue. Kanye, you can't come to the barbecue, my nigga. You did some wild shit. But you can't say that shit, motherfuckers.
It's true. You can't do it.
That's some internal shit that we gotta deal with. You stay the fuck out of it. You can't tell him that he not black. I can't tell him that he's not black. And I'm black, motherfucker. Uh-huh. But I can tell him he out of pocket.
Which he always is.
I can tell Candace that she out of pocket. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to headbutt her. Like, sometimes I just want to, like...
But at least her shit is structured, though.
It is.
There be motherfuckers out here who be saying some dumb shit. They be like...
I just want to headbutt
You be like, yo, what the fuck are you talking...
Just make a knee Donald Trump, head, but
Donald Trump is the devil. You want to know why? Because
and just,
it was a 6 on his jacket, and then he put up 6 fingers, and then he had 6 people around him. 6, 6, 6. See what I'm saying? That nigga the devil.
That's a reach.
Like, shut your stupid...
That's a heavy reach right there. That's a heavy reach.
This election didn't do anything because you had motherfuckers like Nancy Pelosi, she might actually be the fucking devil. If she's not a devil, she's at least the top sociopath in this fucking country. Her and Mitch McConnell. Mm-hmm. They I think they're fighting for who can get that claim. Like, I'm the top sociopath today in this country.
I'm the most fucked up. I'm doing it.
Mitch McConnell is blocking $2,000 checks. Mm-hmm. When half of the GOP now is like, yo, give it to him. Mr. No, I'm not going to give it to him because... Get your old, ugly ass out of here, motherfucker, now. You, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and any other motherfucker who just want to become a career politician. Get the fuck out of here. But people voted their ass back in again, and it's like, bro, we ain't got no motherfucking respite unless we take the power that we have and fucking turn that shit into straight force. There's no other way, bro. They think you are sheep. And so that's what this whole election was about. It was like more of the status quo.
Yep.
If Trump would have been reelected, it would have been more the status quo with Trump.
Yep.
If Biden got elected, that's what's going to happen in 2021. More of the status quo.
Yeah.
I promise you. People think shit's going to change. It's this post on Facebook that say, you know, it's a picture of the hood. It say the hood before the election, and then under is another picture that say the hood after the election. And the pictures are the exact same.
Yeah, exact same pictures.
Because it's not going to change.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it a stack with each other, y'all. This is what Biden ran on. I'm fighting for the soul of the country. Think about that for a second. What soul is he fighting for? Is he fighting for the soul of the country when we want the war in Iraq and annex the whole fucking country over oil? Mm-hmm. Is he fighting for the soul of the country when the soul of the country was let's create a war on drugs and lock all the black and brown people up? Is he fighting for the part of the soul of the country where
it's good police work right there.
You know what I'm saying? In the 60s and 70s,
that's what he says. I don't believe
the
in that.
CIA
shit,
and the FBI targeted all the black organizations, Black Panthers, other Bobby Seale, other motherfuckers like that.
Yeah, most definitely.
Targeted them. Yeah. Again, there's an actual thing called COINTELPRO. COINTELPRO stands for Counterintelligence Program. Mm-hmm. They created a program to attack, to infiltrate and neutralize any kind of movements that was, largely or all black created, black correct. Managed, black owned, or whatever.
Yep. J. Edgar Hoover personally said the greatest threat to American or Homeland Security is what he called it back then. He said it is African American unity. It's black unity.
Is Joe Biden fighting for that soul? Is he fighting for the soul of the country when there was mass segregation?
You let that shit die. You can let that shit die. You might go into the upper room. Is he fighting for the soul? I don't want that soul. That soul needs to go into the upper room. I don't want that one. That's
when it was Jim Crow laws in place. Is he fighting for the soul of the country where it was right to slavery and sharecropping was in place, but they were still fucking niggas over because they wasn't giving niggas proper due during sharecropping days? Is he fighting for the soul of the country when there was actual slavery in place? Or is he fighting for the soul of the country when we came, and I say we, but I mean y'all ancestors, not mine. My ancestors were still in Africa. Mm-hmm. When y'all ancestors came over here and annexed this country from the Native Americans and the people who was already living here. What soul, what era are you fighting for? Which soul are you fighting for? Because if you asking me, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm like, what soul? What soul are you fighting for? So that was all political speak.
Yeah.
And people ate that shit up. Wanna know why? Because they don't like Trump. I don't like the way he talks. I don't like the way he's vulgar and he's a racist and well, guess what? Joe Biden's a racist too. Yes. These again, like we said on yesterday's show, these people in these liberal cities, they're just as big as a racist as Trump is, maybe even bigger. The Karen from Soho, New York, in New York, the blue state, maybe the bluest state, is definitely that, or California.
Well, she was visiting New York, but she's from California.
So look,
it was a double whammy.
Yeah.
It was like boom, boom, bam.
Racist. That's because that's how they think for real, bro. It doesn't matter if they're red or blue.
Yeah.
They're elite.
And this election more than anything proves that it's not.
So yeah,
it's the power of the people, but the elite in position don't give a fuck about you.
And they played y'all again.
Like they always do every 4 years.
And at this, bro, that's why I say that force the vote shit.
Yeah.
When it comes to Medicare for all, that's why I love that movement, because it's like that's how you supposed to do it, bro. Fuck what everybody say, and it's motherfuckers who are supposedly on the left who like, no, you gotta do that shit a different way. You gotta be nicer. No, it's time. The time for being nice in politics when it comes to the American people is over. Again, these people work for you, work for us, not the other way around.
Yeah.
So the election, 2020 election, like I said, whenever I think about that shit, 2 girls, 1 cup. That's all I think about. I think about some scat shit, some disgusting shit.
Wonderful,
because it's all it is. It's just
that's such a poignant imagery right there. That's a hard one. That's a gut punch. So
obviously, 2020 came with some fucked up shit, and COVID-19 was probably the culprit behind 90% of the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and niggas got stuck in the house.
Yeah, because
cities were shutting the fuck down. Shutting all this shit down. So a lot of things came about being in the house all the time. And one of the main things that people had to deal with was their mental health. So let's talk about that a little bit. So how did you fare in 2020 with your mental health?
My mental health in 2020 actually stayed pretty even keel. But that's because I do things to keep my mental health that way, right? I self-actualize, I write, I meditate, I work out. And plus, again, I was one of the fortunate essential workers during the pandemic where I've been working all year long. So I wasn't forced to have to deal with staying in the house, not having a job, not feeling the pressure of adulthood as some Americans had, you know what I'm saying? So, plus, talking to you guys and just, still having friends and family. So I absolutely was able to deal with my mental health and be proactive in keeping it healthy, keeping it open, keeping it clear. We all had trials and tribulations. And again, even more so personally, in my personal life, I was able to overcome those same trials and tribulations as well. Just with a positive outlook, man, and just keeping it moving. Nothing's perfect. This world isn't perfect, and damn sure 2020 wasn't perfect. So I just kept myself busy and kept my mental on lock for most of the year, and it's I'm thankful for that, definitely.
Well, me, I had to go see somebody, bro, like for real, because I'm already dealing with some shit. If y'all don't know, I think I said this before. I used to be in the Army, and so I have some mental health issues that stem from my service. So I had to get in contact with my motherfucking therapist and shit, man. Like you gotta stay on top of that shit. Like, and it wasn't because the lockdowns and shit had me fucked up per se. It was just like, let me do some maintenance so I know I don't go there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
And so, that was the thing that helped me is like being self-aware. Like, okay, we about to be in the house for a while, and I know being in this motherfucker is gonna have me going loopy. So I need to make sure my shit is in place. And And also, me and my wife, again, doing some maintenance shit. Like, it wasn't no real problem or nothing like that in our marriage. And I would advise any couple to do some kind of couples counseling. You know what I'm saying? If not once a year for a couple of weeks, like once every 2 years. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just for maintenance, just to be like, okay, let me get some shit out. Yeah. You know what I mean?
A routine sit down.
Because you might need somebody who's on the outside looking in to kind of be like, okay,
unobjective. Yeah.
Okay, who's unobjective, who's totally unbiased, and can just spit facts and spit reality to y'all to get y'all. Okay, but I didn't even realize you was feeling like that.
Yeah, I couldn't see that. Yeah, I couldn't see that you felt that way.
Now I see it this way. So,
yeah.
So really, it wasn't anything that from the lockdowns that caused me to go and slip or anything like that. It was more maintenance with my mental health this year. But again, I don't give a fuck. I encourage everybody to go, especially black people, man. Listen, it's some shit that we've went through in this experience, in this black experience in America, and we gotta talk about that shit. And I'm not saying talk about like a community. I mean, we do that. We have to do that too. But we gotta. I think everybody should go see a therapist, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, and it's okay, man. Like,
that's not. You know what? That's not to say, because I on piggyback. I mean, to interrupt you, but I went to see a therapist this year as well. That wasn't, I mean, I've only done it like once or twice, but it was done. I needed it at that moment. Thanks, shout out to my job for helping me out with that. But I had to do that because it was, you know, it's some conversations you feel like you can't have with someone else or anyone else. Some things you might want to just continue to keep private. And as you said, in this black experience, we have to talk about it. We hold on to so much, and it festers and rots. It poisons us.
Yeah. So yeah, mental health was a big thing because a lot of people were coming in here and they was getting, fucked up about being in the house and not having anything to do or the same shit over and over again for months on end. And a lot of people was going through it, bro. A lot of people had issues. The suicide rates went up.
Definitely.
It was a fucked up year for mental health, man. And
indeed,
the pandemic was probably the biggest culprit for it. So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit, man, and see how you felt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With your mental health this year, because like I said again, man, I was doing maintenance pretty much. It didn't have anything to do with COVID-19 per se, but I had to keep my shit tight. You know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah.
So, what were some things that you learned during the lockdown? Since we talking about lockdowns,
some of the things I learned during the lockdown. I would say for me personally,
it could be anything. It could be like a new skill. It could be some personal shit. Like
yeah.
It could be what you learn outside. You know what I learned? I learned that.
Well, listen, 2020 showed me a lot of shit. So 2020 showed me a lot of shit. What I learned is that I'm capable of whatever I put my mind to. I mean, I knew that and I believed that my entire life. And a lot of times in my life, I have been achieving at such a high level. But 2020 for sure, in the midst of this pandemic, showed me that if I can just buckle down, bear down, anything that I go for is achievable. That's got to be it. That's got to be it.
What I learned in this pandemic was I learned a ton of skills, actually. I already knew like a bunch with marketing. Mm-hmm. But what I found out was I knew the basics shit. I knew a lot of the basics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I started to get into the intermediate and advanced parts of marketing. So now I'm starting to learn like the nuances of marketing and shit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm also learning basically advanced audio editing on the fly right now with the podcast because again, like I said, I knew the basics of audio editing. Like I got like making videos, like creating videos, video editing, creating video content, like shooting video, like logo design, web design, shit like that. I'm nice at, but when it came to like straight up audio editing and like knowing like how to get into Audition and play with like AutoGate and to do some compression and other shit like that, like that is all new to me. So I'm learning some actual skills that I can apply, and I wouldn't have had the time if we were locked down.
That's right.
You know what I mean? If we weren't locked down, I wouldn't have had the time to learn that shit. But I had the time to learn that shit. So now I'm in here learning new skills and shit. Yeah. So it is what it is, man. So that's one thing that kept me, to jump back on the mental health shit a little bit, kept me outside of my head is like, let's learn some new shit. You know what I mean? Let's learn something new.
Yeah. Let's learn a new skill, build something new. Yeah.
Right. Learn something new, man. And a lot of people actually start doing that to get themselves out of that space too. Let me learn something new. So I hope y'all learn something new out there, because it's a lot of people lost their jobs permanently in 2020. So learning a new skill was almost imperative. You know what I'm saying? For them to continue to survive and move on. So
yeah.
Bro, what was one major positive thing that you could take of 2020? Real quick, don't even think about it. This is one real major thing. We ain't even got to talk about.
We started these businesses. That's it.
That's a bet. That's it. That's what's up.
Yeah, we became entrepreneurs, true entrepreneurs, legal true entrepreneurs.
So I would say that too. A big thing was now it's different. Now it's multiple streams of income now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't work for nobody. Like, I'm done with that. I'm done working for people. Like, that's a fact. So can't do it no more. Won't do it no more. You know what I'm saying? Unless the money too fucking good, and I'm like, I gotta take that job. I cannot do it. And especially and really, the money has to be so good that I would allow my time to be taken by them, because I value my time more than I value money now. You know what I mean?
Understood.
And that's a real entrepreneur mindset is I value time more than I value money. That's like I was saying earlier. Dude, I made $40 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Today. Just like as far as the work is concerned. And I'm not valuing the $40. I'm valuing the time.
The time, yeah.
Because I don't give a fuck about the money. I give a fuck about how much money I made in a specific amount of time. If I can make $500 in 3 hours, I'm so good.
Like that shit.
Anyone
would be good. Well, not say anyone, but anyone would be good. Right. Yeah.
If I can make $1,000 in a couple hours, I'm good. But if you can make $40 an hour, 24 hours a day, like when you can make money in your sleep, that's when you know, okay, I'm on some shit now.
That's right.
And so that's the shit that I want to be on. That's the shit I want to stay on. Like, I want to be on some shit where I go to sleep and the money don't stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, because then that helps me create opportunities for other motherfuckers. Because that's what this shit is about. It's not, because again, most motherfuckers be like, yeah, I'm getting to the bag, I'm getting to the bag, I'm getting to the bag, and then keep the bag to themselves. Well, you're not helping anybody else with this shit. You're just helping yourself. And so that's how motherfuckers become targets too, man. Like motherfuckers be out here, I got the bag, got the bag, got the bag. You ain't got the bag.
Yeah, shit, starving.
So I want to be able to help other people, man, and create opportunities for other motherfuckers, because that's the whole goal. So if you get knowledge and information, you're supposed to pass it on, not keep it for yourself.
Correct. Can't take it to the grave.
And money kind of work the same way, especially if you got a lot of it. So that's one. So yeah, I agree with you.
Definitely a positive.
Creating multiple businesses and having you know what I'm saying, those different streams of revenue coming in. So So obviously we talking about one positive thing.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta do the inverse, right? Because the yin and yang in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So what's one negative? One major negative?
Shit, that's a good. I don't really see a lot of things negatively. I just see them as learning opportunities. So, a negative, from 2020, a major negative, I would say, and we're not going to talk anymore on the COVID, but I would like to say that all the essential workers not getting either increased pay, free healthcare, or something like that, being that we were forced to work. That rubbed me the wrong way for a couple of months until I just had to surrender and say fuck it. Right. And that's it. I'm not gonna say nothing else. That's I just said fuck it. I was just like, every day I was forced to come to work. I couldn't take the time off. I couldn't protect myself. Thank God I had health insurance, but for those out there who did not, and you are deemed an essential worker, you didn't get a boost in pay if you didn't work in an actual hospital. That didn't take away the amount of exposure that you may have had, being that you had to travel outside of your home and not quarantine with everybody else. So that's one of the big negatives. That shit sucked. It did. It fucking sucked.
I feel what you're saying. Yeah, you're saying like even motherfuckers at McDonald's, because they were deemed essential workers because they work in fast food, which is food, which is essential to life.
Correct.
They should have got raises and shit too.
Correct.
I feel you. I guess mine is not that specific. Mine is just a little more broad, and it's Medicare for all.
Yeah.
Listen, there's people that went to the hospital this year because they were dealing with COVID-19 and they had to be on a respirator, and they made it. And they got out of the hospital, and they survived that shit. And then when they got home, it was a bill waiting for them from the hospital. For some shit they didn't have nothing to, like, there was no fault of their own. They didn't cause this shit. They didn't do nothing they didn't do anything wrong to get it. It just happened. They just happened to get it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now they got a $14,000 bill. Listen, everybody should have had, as soon as this shit started, and as soon as the government went into a fucking state of emergency, a federal state of emergency, it should have been at that point Medicare for all. At least that, if you're not going to bring it to the House floor and do an actual vote. That's why the hashtag force to vote is so popular right now, and it's gaining steam because it this year has shown light. It's shined a light on the glaring issue when it comes to the healthcare system in the U.S. Everybody should have had Medicare for it. Shouldn't even been a fucking question. It just at least in a fucking pandemic of this proportion, it should have never even been a question. And so that was the one major negative. Like, bro, how you go to the hospital, fight for your life, get out, and now you in debt.
They say school debt and hospital debt, two biggest debts in most Americans' lives.
And house debt, obviously, like mortgage and shit like that. But yeah, I mean, like, come on, bro, like that just lets you know, like, not only was the fucking response to it fucked up, but that you got it. You probably if they responded properly in the beginning, you might not have had it. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You might not have never had the shit. And now you got it. Went to the hospital, fought for your life, beat it, came out of the hospital, and now you got a fucking bill. And the government, the motherfuckers who, I'm not saying they gave it to you, but they definitely fumbled and they made it. They exposed you to it.
They made it higher exposure rate.
Now that same government is like, you better pay these fucking hospitals their money. Otherwise we gonna come put some liens on some shit that you got.
Taking everything you got.
So it's like, that's fucked up, bro.
Taking everything you got because you didn't die.
Right. And so
that makes no sense when you say that out loud.
I wish I would have died.
That makes no sense when you say it out loud. I'm gonna take everything you got because you didn't die.
So that was my one negative thing of 2020.
Yeah.
So listen, we almost at the end of this shit, so let's get into what is your outlook for 2021, bro? What outlook do you have for this crazy ass year for 2020 that's coming up? Because again, listen, people don't think this year is gonna be crazy because we only 28 minutes into the shit right now. There's a fucking pandemic going on. You think just because the calendar changed that the shit still ain't fucked up?
No.
We still got a racist ass president who's saying that, he was cheated out of the election. We got a fucking president elect who's a racist who coming in who didn't want niggas to get the $2,000 checks. Let's keep it a stack with each other. Joe Biden didn't want to give y'all niggas $2,000. Joe Biden was on some Mitch McConnell shit. No, the 600 enough. Let them niggas get that 600, and that'll be that. The same Joe Biden that was on a tape that was leaked that he was talking to the civil rights leaders and African American leaders like Al Sharpton, who's not actually a leader, he's a Fed, and other motherfuckers, and it was like, listen, I ain't all that shit y'all saying right now. I ain't doing none of that shit. But listen, this is what I am gonna do. I'll tell you this: who fought for the soul of America? Me. That's who.
Yeah, whatever.
And whatever I'm voting on, that's what I ain't got the power to do all the shit y'all want me to do, even though he does. I ain't got all the power to do all the shit you want me to do, but the things that I'm going to do, I got the power to do, and that's that. Listen, The Intercept. All you got to do is go to The Intercept. They got a website.
It's a whole 15-minute conversation.
They're all on social media. We talked about it on our podcast. You can go in there and you can fucking find the audio. That's exactly what he said. I ain't got the power to do what y'all telling me to do, but I got the power to do the things that I said I was going to do, and I'm going to do those things, and that's what I'm going to do. I fought for the soul of the country.
Whatevs.
And I'm like, yo, y'all let him talk to y'all like that? And this is what Al Sharpton said. I tried to tell him that you and Kamala are the truth. That you and Kamala are going to be... Get your fuck ass out of here, Al Sharpton.
So wait, what was the question? I totally forgot the question again.
What's the outlook for 2021? I'm just letting niggas know, like, the outlook right now, the beginning of 2020. First quarter.
For the whole year for me.
First quarter 2020, well, it don't matter how you answer it. I'll answer it in different layers. First quarter 2021 is looking like fucking third and fourth quarter of 2020. Keep it a stack. That's exactly how it's looking. So if you thought because the calendar changed, it was just going, oh, Rosen. Nope. There's another strand, a more what's the word? Contagious strand. Thank you, my nigga.
There you go.
A more contagious strand of COVID-19 out here now. It was in the UK 2 weeks ago. It is here now. It's in America now. Confirmed in America now. A more contagious strand. A strand that they don't know for sure if the current vaccine they have now with Pfizer or Moderna or other places even fucking works for that. So we may be dealing with a whole nother pandemic in 2021 with the same fucking virus and then have to wait a whole nother creation of a vaccine, the whole cycle, to get rid of that one. And who's to say that one is not deadlier or not? We don't know for sure. But we know that motherfucker is here now.
Fucking 28 days later, man.
So all that shit like, oh, the calendar changed, this is supposed to get popping and shit. No, it's not. No, it is not. And I was reading some shit the other day. The vaccine rolled out and they only gave out only 1 million motherfuckers got vaccinated. And so all the shit that niggas been hearing about herd immunity and shit, where they like,
not with that little number,
right? That we'll be, when you hear Dr. Fauci with his lying ass, and that's why I said it, motherfuckers. Dr. Fauci a liar. All right, he's a goddamn liar. Well, if he ain't a liar, that nigga flip flop a lot. Make it seem like he a liar, but that nigga was like herd immunity probably happened somewhere around June or July or some shit like that. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
July. Maybe August probably a sweet spot for herd immunity. Man, the numbers show, again, since the shit rolled out, only 1 million motherfuckers been vaccinated. Now you think that's a lot of motherfuckers been vaccinated.
No.
When it comes to herd immunity, at that rate, of 1 million people per week, it would take 8 years for herd immunity. A decade for herd immunity.
Against a virus that's constantly changing.
In order for us to have herd immunity, in the time frame they said we're supposed to have it around August, we need to do 1 million people a day. A day. Listen, y'all motherfuckers think this shit is sweet out here. It's not. We are bro. 2021 just started 33 minutes ago. Everything that you hated about 2020, it did not end 33 minutes ago. It's not some fucking magic wall that none of that shit came across. And it was just like, oh shit, we can't cross the wall of 2020 into 2021. Looks like y'all won this time. Y'all got away from us. That's not how that works. All that shit came with it. So the outlook of it is, if motherfuckers start taking things seriously, it's gonna be more shutdowns. We're not out of the park yet. We're not out of the woods yet. Again, there's a new strand. It's not gonna change immediately. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to learn to live like this for at least a little while longer. You know what I mean? But if you can find some skills, some new skills, put your time to better use, because that's probably what you have the most now is time. And make sure you're safe, you know what I mean? Towards the end of the year, third quarter 2021, things may actually start to get better. If this vaccine is what they say it is and motherfuckers are comfortable taking it, it's so many fucking factors we don't even know. Also, you got a new president coming in. Yo, you can't even sit here and say right now that 2021 is going to be a definitively better year than 2020. There's a possibility, a strong possibility, it may actually be worse. And so my outlook for 2020 is trepidation. Tread lightly, walk carefully. That's my outlook for 2021. Be on your P's and Q's. Be on the lookout. You gotta fucking be on your shit in 2021, because everybody was on the glow up in 2020 until COVID-19 shut everything the fuck down. So 2021 I need to start crossing every T, dotting every motherfucking I, because that's what you need to be on. You need to make sure nothing gets through the net. Nothing. Because one slip up could fuck everything up. That's exactly what 2020 showed us. One slip up could fuck everything up. So be on your shit. Don't slack. That's my outlook for 2021. What's yours?
It's cautious. As far as the world is concerned, I'm extremely cautious. Like I said, it's not 100% of a negative outlook. But it's not 100% of a positive outlook either. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. I kind of am a glass half full kind of guy. So if the world didn't explode in 2020, and I thought aliens was coming, we had gotten just about everything in 2020.
Because you're reference to your alien shit.
Well, we technically now know they released that aliens are real, which we already know.
A lot of motherfuckers from different nations on the world.
Yeah, that's the aliens are real.
Including ours, they didn't confirm it. They didn't confirm that aliens were real. They didn't deny the shit either. They were like, listen, we asked the motherfucker, hey, listen, that shit that y'all said was flying, what was that?
Well, they released the Navy. They released video.
They're saying, we don't know. Hold on, what do you mean you don't know? It wasn't none of yours? Nah. It wasn't nobody else's, because you pretty much got shit that y'all can, that all the years that they've been flying shit over or wherever, you saw it, you know what it looked like, right? Yeah. So you're saying it wasn't none of theirs? No. So it's unidentified. And it was flying.
Yeah.
This object in the sky.
Yeah.
That would make it a UFO, right? And you saying it's not from anywhere on Earth? They're like, no. So can you confirm or deny? I can't confirm or deny. God damn it!
Well, look, we had already known that UFOs existed anyway. So
and it's like, bro, like so,
they just gave us the go ahead. They gave us the go ahead.
I was just saying that to say, bro, aliens shit did come out in 2020.
So 2020 gave us Corona, aliens, fucked up election, multiple deaths, and just a shitty disposition in the experience of the world. So again, I'm always a glass half full kind of guy. So you ain't got nowhere else. Hopefully you have nowhere else to go but up, because anything further down and you're in the 9th level of hell. So with that being said, I do have a little bit of optimism, not for the as per se the world, but as my individual life. I have some optimism that it's going to be a positive, effective change in 2021. I don't see, and like you said, if we are not careful, if we are not paying close attention, if we are not doing all that we can to make it a better situation, 2021 is going to end up, if not equal to, if not worse than 2020.
Yeah. So like I said, it's just you gotta be careful, man. You gotta be mindful. Practice the safe procedures, and not just with COVID-19, but with everything. When you trying to start a business, when you trying to learn a new skill, just practice all the positive things, all the good things, so you can keep doing that shit. You know what I mean? And that's another thing too. Take your if we get any income tax money, or if you are in a position when you get the stimulus check that you ain't got to spend it on paying back nothing, take that shit and start a fucking business. Stop playing with your money. Do not go and buy we lost 40% of small businesses in 2020. 40% of all small businesses. Not lost them like, oh, they shut down until this COVID thing dies over. No, they're gone permanently. Period. Done. Over. 40% of small businesses. We need more small businesses. Take your money. Take your stimulus money. Take your income tax money. Go start a fucking business. It's not a lot. I promise you. It does not take a lot to start a business, unless you're trying to start like a clothing company or some shit like that, because you need inventory, you know what I mean? And you need the logistics to get shit popping. That shit takes a lot of money. But it don't take a lot of money to start other small businesses, man. You don't need a lot of money. One round of income tax money, one round of stimulus checks. If you got enough people in your household, you can do it. Mm-hmm. So, and the final thing that I want to talk about is just give me 3 main goals. Just give me 3 goals that you got in 2020. 2021, my fault.
Let's see. 3 main goals?
3. Yep.
3.
Yep.
Even with these small businesses, I want to quit my job.
Yep. Good job. That's number 1.
Quit my job. I want to live freer than what I'm doing now currently, which means traveling, more free time, traveling more. More freedom. And then the third one is to put my people, become more active in the fight for my people.
All right, so get more active in the community, specifically African American community. All right, that's your 3 goals. Okay, bet. Number 1 goal is to keep strengthening my family, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. Right. So you know, I got kids and shit. So I got strengthen. Everything start with the family. Starting in with them. 2, obviously, all my businesses need to grow. Expand. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. That's when I say that, little specific numbers. If we're gonna stay on the 224 podcast, at the end of the year, I want to get like 50,000 followers on Spotify. You know what I'm saying? Okay. 50,000, you know, like shit like that.
Okay.
People actively listening.
Yeah.
Monthly.
Gotcha.
Monthly listeners. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And the third thing is self-health, and that's mental health, physical health, emotional health, shit like that.
Yeah.
Everything else will fall in place once all that shit happens. So yeah.
Good. Good goals. I like it.
So yeah, that's where we at. That's where we at.
Yep.
That's the recap for that dumpster fire of a fucking year for
Hell of a year.
2021.
Hell of a year.
Here's some things we looking forward to, because we can't just keep looking back. We gotta look forward too.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If you keep looking back, then you don't see what the fuck is coming ahead of you. You'll miss some shit or get hit by some shit you shouldn't have got hit by. You know what I mean? So we wanted to look a little forward too, but you know, if I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, it ain't all roses right now. But we can navigate through this shit. Learning what we learned in 2020, we should be able to better navigate 2021. So, but listen, man, like Lil Bro said, even though I look at shit a little differently, we got another chance. So I'm not trying to leave this motherfucker without imprinting my legacy onto this place. You know what I mean? I want to leave a legacy behind where the community, the entire community, could come to it and talk in a positive manner about what I left behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not just my family. So that's the goal for life. That's the goal for my life. So I'm trying to get to that point. In 2020, I promise you, it's gonna be the launch year for that shit. 2020 gonna be a launch pad year.
Yeah,
for real. So
it's time to take off.
So it's time to do it, man. And the only way that we're gonna get there is with the help of y'all, the community.
Yep.
So please
follow us, like us,
subscribe to this shit.
Subscribe to us.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We on every social media platform.
Yep.
That's motherfucking Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
Yep.
Shit. I created that thing on Clubhouse.
You know what? I don't even know what the fuck that is, and I don't even care at this point. Explain it later.
Okay, I got you.
I don't give a shit about it.
I
don't give a shit about it because everybody I keep seeing it. And I'm just like, I'm curious, but I'm not. I got you, bro. We got to get onto it. Dive into it. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
we also on all the streaming platforms where you can get your podcast at.
We're on
Spotify. That's probably the one we push the most. That in Apple Music.
Yep.
We on motherfucking iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
Tuned in, Podbean, Podcast Addict,
everything,
Google fucking podcast, everything, bro. Just like, man, find whichever one you want to get your fix on, go to that, man.
And join the revolution. Just jump on.
Because we trying to create a revolution, man. We're not trying to sit here and bullshit. We got big plans. I was just telling little bro, like, if we're blessed enough to get into a position where, you know what I'm saying, we can create like a super Patreon or something like that, man. Man, we got stupid plans for the Patreon. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We're not just gonna take your money and be like, here go a fucking T-shirt. You pay $10 a month, and here go a water bottle. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna do some shit like that.
Don't give them too much. Don't give them too much.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna do shit like that. But we got for real plans. You know what I mean? So, but the only way we could get there is with y'all support. You know what I mean? Without the community, we ain't shit anyway. So. We appreciate y'all if y'all go to Spotify, go to Apple Music, go to all the streaming platforms, go to our social media, like us, follow us, you know what I'm saying, and support us, man.
Because we're going to support you.
Yeah, because definitely we'll support y'all.
Yeah, because we're going to support you.
For sure. So, welcome to 2021, motherfuckers.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm not saying yay to this shit.
2021.
I'm about to go in here,
we're live.
Get another glass, work a little bit, then go to sleep with my wife, and that's it. That's how I'm going to bring in 2021. I do not give a flying fuck about everything that's going on in the world right now. You know, in reference to the motherfucker, everybody saying 2021 going to be so much better than 2020. If y'all think like that, we already fucked up. Instead of thinking like that, niggas need to make that shit happen. So, with that being said, man, I love y'all motherfuckers. Remember, think. It's not illegal yet. Okay? They not making that. It's not illegal yet. They're trying to make that shit illegal to think, but it's not illegal yet, man. The revolution is here. We are here right now.
That's right.
Damn, me saying the revolution is here, you know what we forgot to say?
What?
Man, motherfucking the real Joe Clark died. Did y'all know that?
Yeah, we forgot to say the real Joe Clark. They used to call him crazy.
They call me Batman. The actual person that the movie Lean on Me. I said Lean by Me. I'm thinking Stand By Me and Lean on Me at the same time.
That's right.
But Lean on Me, the person that Morgan Freeman played in the movie was Joe Clark. It was an actual person. and that person passed away this past week. So you know what? 2020 gone, bro.
That's it.
Fuck that place.
The revolution is here in 2021. We're the revolution.
2021 is here. We're the revolution. The revolution is here. 224 podcast. I'm Jay.
I'm Tyson.
We love y'all. Welcome to 2021. Think it ain't illegal yet.
Let's go.
We'll see y'all tomorrow. Oh no, actually, we'll see y'all motherfucking Monday. Cause we don't do podcasts on the weekends.
we need time to reset too.
We need time to reset too. So hell yeah. We'll